Hello, everybody, and welcome to the X Factor with the Crypto Hipster, where we go over crypto policy and regulatory news, insights, analysis, and my commentary coming your way from all around the world with your host, me, Jamil Hasan. This is episode 64, season 4, episode 4. Lots of fours today for the week of ending in November 3rd. 2023. Awesome. Thank you for joining me today. It's going to be an excellent show. We have lots of news I had to cipher through. Some weeks I get little, some weeks I get a lot, some weeks we get inundated from all over the world, and my job is to bring it to you. And I have a humdinger to bring to you today. Let's kick things off. Let's kick things off for the results of a court case that the whole world was watching. Sam Bankman-Fried, founder of FTX, found guilty on 7 charges in FTX fraud trial. Wow. 7. Former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried was found guilty of all 7 charges by a jury in his criminal trial in New York after about 4 hours of deliberation. 4 hours, only 4 hours. Bankman-Fried was found guilty of 2 counts of wire fraud, 2 counts of wire fraud conspiracy, 1 count of securities fraud, 1 count of commodities frauds conspiracy, and 1 count of money laundering conspiracy. He will return to court for sentencing by New York Judge Louis Kaplan on March 28, 2024. Government prosecutors will recommend a sentence, but Judge Kaplan will have the final say. How long is the sentence going to be? That's the question. Bankman-Fried's crimes each carry a maximum sentence of between 5 and 20 years in prison, with the wire fraud conspiracy, and money laundering conspiracy carrying a maximum 20-year sentence. In a press conference outside the court, New York Southern District U.S. Attorney Damian Williams called Bankman-Fried's crimes a multi-billion-dollar scheme designed to make him the king of crypto and one of the biggest financial frauds in American history. Bankman-Fried, you are no king. But, Bankman-Fried's attorney, Mark Cohen, said in a statement, "We respect the jury's decision, but we are very disappointed with the result." Too bad, Mr. Cohen. Mr. Bankman-Fried maintains his innocence and will continue to vigorously fight the charges against him. You can appeal while you're in prison. And that's what happened at Shawshank. Statement from the team of Sam Bankman-Fried: "We respect the jury's decision, but we are very disappointed with the result." I just said that. Okay. Yeah, they're going to fight it. Okay. You can fight it, and the fight might take years, but you're going to be sentenced. Other key FTX executives, including Alameda CEO Caroline Ellison, former FTX co-founder Gary Wang, and former FTX engineering head Nishad Singh, have all pleaded guilty to various charges and worked with the government to testify against Bankman-Fried in the 5-week trial. Bankman-Fried had pleaded not guilty to all charges during his trial. He took a stand to maintain his innocence and mark up FTX's November 22 collapse as a number of big mistakes. He denied any wrongdoing in FTX's relationship with Alameda and attempted to distance himself from key decisions. Maybe that's the wrong approach. Okay, well, Bankman-Fried blamed other people. He blamed Wang for creating a function that allowed Alameda to trade funds on FTX. Criminals blame everybody else except look in the mirror. Okay, tell you that. I've dealt with some criminals during my time in crypto, and they will blame everybody else. They'll blame everybody under the sun, and they will even blame the sun. And the last thing they'll do is look at their role. And, that's a telltale sign. Anyway, I'm not saying 4 hours was a long time to deliberate. They kind of knew, And so some people are upset. I'm not happy that he's in jail, or he's going to go to jail for a long time, possibly 115 years. That's not the win here. You know, um, it's a loss all around, and we have to do better as an industry. We got to do better, and we can't allow grifters and scammers to proliferate. There are other grifters. There are other scammers. People took money from this man to shill different coins. And those people are not squeaky clean. So we need to do some introspection here as an industry. And if you're not in the industry, it's an opportunity if you're an ethical person, if you're a good player, to come in and we can set a new standard for the way this industry goes forward. So that would be a plus. Now, on a short term note, FTX claims have climbed to 57%. The current claim pricing of FTX has reached a maximum of 57% claims, according to data from Claims Market. The increase in FTX's claim pricing is attributed to the valuation of artificial intelligence companies that are now bankrupt crypto exchange previously invested in, right? They invested in some companies. Creditors stake their claims to try to recoup some of their investment when the business experienced financial difficulties or bankruptcy. Based on estimates of the total amount recovered, investors frequently trade these claims. So there's trading going to be on in the claims here. There's an increase in the estimated recovery value when pricing of a claim rises. Okay. FTX claim pricing. The claim pricing is up 57%. Okay. So it looks like FTX trading is at 53 to 57%. If it's a $1 million to $3 million claim, it's at 52 to 55%. If it's 100K or more, it's 48%. Right now, Celsius Network claim size over 3 million is 36 to 41%. That's about 15% less. And then Genesis is around 47 to 55%. 3 hours is 7 to 9%, not 79, between 7 and 9. And then Alameda Research is between 10 and 15%. So if you have a claim that's over 100,000 for Celsius, you're at 34%, as opposed to 48% for FTX. So you're 14% less. Why? I don't know. Maybe there'll be more. Maybe it'll increase next year when Alex Brzezinski takes the trial stand in September. But if this case sets a precedent, I'm not saying who could have admitted more fraud, but fraud is fraud. So that's where we're at on the FTX case. Like I said, this is not a win for everybody. This is a big loss, and it's a big setback, but it can be overcome. Good players, institutional players, and there are rumors of Bitcoin ETF is going to be approved in the next few months. And that would help institutions come in, more institutions, and they are already established standard players. You just hate to see things fall through. And like I said, there are other people out there. The SafeMoon was, prosecuted this week, the CEO of SafeMoon. We're not going to dive into that. There are others who got prosecuted this week, and there are grifters who remain in the industry. And they're not necessarily they're good players. And I don't know any institution that would want to use some of them to promote their products and services. Like I said, we need to do better. Hopefully, this will be our rallying point to do that. So, enough out of my opinions, enough out of my commentary regarding the FTX Sam Bankman-Fried case. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about 5 nations, the J5, have challenged crypto experts and investigators to target tax crimes. The Joint Chiefs of Global Tax Enforcement, J5, a global anti-tax fraud group, hosted investigators, crypto experts. I love that phrase, crypto experts. So that's kind of cool, right? I wonder what your definition is. And data scientists in the Cyber Challenge event to track down individuals and organizations committing tax fraud, because why not? The J5 members comprise the criminal intelligence communities from Australia, Canada, the Netherlands, the UK, and the US, which collaborate in the fight against international and transnational tax crime and money laundering. The group includes the Australian Taxation Office, the Canada Revenue Agency, Dutch Fiscal Information and Investigation Service, His Majesty's Revenue, and Customs from the UK, and the IRS-CI from the US. Participants included experts from J5 countries, which were tasked with optimizing the usage of data acquired from a variety of open and investigative sources available to each country. The first challenge, they say this is the first challenge where financial intelligence units from each J5 country participated. Private sector was represented by blockchain analysis companies Chainalysis, BlockTrace, and AnChain. They are experts, by the way, making this the most collaborative challenge to date. In the process, the J5 generated significant leads for further investigation, which, and they say this collaboration between public and private specialists not only generates operational outcomes, but shares expert training, techniques, and procedures, which are integral for the participants to remain proactive and effective in a rapidly evolving operating environment. Okay, sounds pretty cool. So let's go to the US. And, we already talked about the FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried. Let's go to talk about something else. We talked about scammers and fraudsters and charlatans and grifters. And let's talk about Do Kwon. Do Kwon. The United States SEC, and you can say maybe the leader is a grifter, I don't know, has refuted the jury's conclusion regarding Terraform Labs' alleged violations and has demanded a summary judgment on all claims. A court filing from October 27 showed the SEC's reluctance to accept the jury's leniency toward Do Kwon and his involvement in facilitating the frauds that eventually led to the collapse of the Terra ecosystem. The filing in the U.S. District Court for Southern District of New York read, no rational party could conclude that Kwon was not liable for Terraform's violations of Exchange Act Section 10B and Rule 10B-5, thereunder pursuant to the Exchange Act Section 20-20A. The evidence of violations provided by the SEC points to Kwon's involvement in misleading crypto investors by creating and marketing Terra and its in-house Terra Luna tokens as securities. I just wonder, this question, let me know your thoughts. I'm probably wrong. What if some hedge funds, maybe near Chicago, maybe not, maybe near Chicago, didn't have a personal beef or vendetta against Terra Luna from the get-go and did everything they could to short it or break the peg? What would it look like today? What would the industry look like today? Would there have been an implosion? Who caused that? Was it fraud from grifters, or was it, I don't know, traditional hedge funds from Chicago maybe that caused the cascading effect that destroyed everything and everybody? Things that make you go, 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 Yeah. Well, Terra co-founder Daniel Shin's lawyer blamed the unreasonable operation of the Anchor protocol and external attacks carried out by Do Kwon for the Terra ecosystem collapse. The company recently blamed market maker Citadel Securities. Well, is Citadel Securities near Chicago? I don't know. For its role in an alleged concerted intentional effort to cause the depeg of its Terra Luna USD stablecoin in 2022. That's what I heard. I don't know. Rumors. How do rumors get started? It's not about the jealous people. And that's a song by the Timex Social Club. Timex Social Club. Rumors. It's a great song. I should play it right now. I don't have time to play it right now for you, but it's a great song. I used to sing that song in 1986. I loved it. It was awesome. But we're not talking about rumors, how they get started. We're talking about how, I don't know, pegs and stable coins get destroyed and blown up. I don't know. I like the Sears Tower in Chicago. It's a pretty cool place. You could get to see out the whole entire city. Pretty nice there. Anyway, NIST establishes AI Safety Institute Consortium in response to Biden executive order. Biden made an executive order. Okay, wow. He's still coherent. The United States National Institute of Standards and Technology and the Department of Commerce are soliciting members for the newly established Artificial Intelligence Safety Institute Consortium. I wonder if the Crypto Hipster publications will be interested in seeing what that means. Let's see what it means. In a document published to the Federal Registry on November 2nd, NIST announced the formation of the new AI consortium, along with an official notice expressing the office's request for applicants with the relevant credentials. Does the Crypto Hipster have relevant credentials? I don't know. Per the document, this notice is an initial step for the NIST in collaboration with nonprofit organizations, universities, other government agencies, and technology companies. I'm a tech company. To address challenges associated with the development and deployment of AI. None of my books are AI generated. I got 253 of them so far. I have a lot more in the queue. None of the content is AI generated. Everything is content original. The purpose of the collaboration, however, for NIST is, according to the notice, to create and implement specific policies and measurements to ensure U.S. lawmakers take a human-centered approach to AI safety and governance. Collaborators will be required to contribute to a laundry list of related functions, including the development of measurement and benchmarking tools, policy recommendations, red teaming efforts, psychoanalysis, and environmental analysis. These efforts come in response to a recent executive order given by the U.S. President Joe Biden. Does he know what he wrote? Does he know what he wrote? What he signed? I don't know. The executive order established 6 new standards for AI safety and security, though none appear to have been legally enshrined. They got to be legible, right? Okay, so that's where we're at. You want to join? I might join. If you join, you can join together and play in the sandbox together. And dump all the sand outside of the sandbox, and then go on a seesaw and go up and down, and then go on a merry-go-round and a sliding board and swing on the swings and jump off and say, yay! Let's go. PayPal. PayPal faces SEC action related to PYUSD stablecoin. The SEC is going after PayPal. Okay. Payment giant PayPal has received a subpoena from the United States Securities and Exchange Commission because they only go after good players. They let bad players run. They go after good players. Regarding its U.S. dollar peg stablecoin, the enforcement division of the SEC has sent a subpoena to PayPal related to its PayPal USD stablecoin. The firm officially disclosed on November 2nd, which was yesterday. Oh, wow. In its Q3 financial report received by PayPal on Wednesday, the subpoena requested PayPal to produce certain documents. The firm said, we are cooperating with SEC regarding this request. Well, that's good. That's good. The action comes about 3 months after PayPal launched its PYUSD stablecoin in early August. The stablecoin is issued by Paxos Trust and backed by the U.S. dollar deposits, short-term treasuries, and similar cash equivalents. PYUSD is based on the Ethereum blockchain and is aimed at handling digital payments and Web3. Wow. Okay. Anybody have PayPal dollar out there? I don't. I'm not a big stablecoin guy. I don't. I wish I could tell you I like stablecoins. I don't get a stablecoin tattoo like some people, like the rest, for example. But hey, hey, let's go to Canada because there was a South Park episode that said follow the only road, but they have more than one road. Canada. Canadian MP urges community to study Bitcoin, cites Gensler's pre-SEC stance. Well, he changed. Gensler changed dramatically once he joined the SEC. You got to wonder if it was all an application or a ruse, or how exactly you do a 180. Once you get into the machine, working in the government is the machine. Once you get into that machine, they churn you out. They turn you, they do a 180. On the 15th anniversary of the release of the Bitcoin white paper, Canadian Member of Parliament Joel Lightbound took the opportunity to thank pseudo-anonymous creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, in the Canadian Parliament while advocating for people to study the leading cryptocurrency. During his speech on the Parliament floor, Lightbound disclosed that he owns Bitcoin himself, but won't advocate for people to buy it. Instead, he wants people to study and understand it. He added that Bitcoin was created at a time of financial crisis, and over the years, it has become a tool to empower the unbanked and those living in oppressive regimes. He says Bitcoin has helped thousands of families avoid the tragedy of currency debasement. It stands for the truly progressive ideal. So today, let me thank Satoshi Nakamoto, whoever that may be, and wish happy 15th anniversary to the Bitcoin white paper. During his speech, the MP cited two key quotes, one from the former Twitter CEO and big-time Bitcoin advocate Jack Dorsey, and the other from the United States Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler, which came as a surprise to many, given Gensler's hostile crypto approach since becoming SEC chief. I don't know if it's hostile. I know it might be ignorant, not hostile. I don't know. Ignorance. Ignorance I can see. However, the quote cited by the MP is from 2019 when Gensler was not the SEC chair. Yeah. Anyway, in an opinion piece in 2019, Gensler wrote that although there are thousands of projects in the crypto ecosystem, the one created by Satoshi Nakamoto has the potential to spur change, either directly or indirectly as a catalyst, he added. The potential to lower verification and networking costs is worth pursuing, particularly to lower economic rents and data privacy costs and promote economic inclusions. Amazing, said that, and now it just helps the banks. Okay, let's go to Europe. All right. Okay. FCA. FCA releases guidelines for compliance with new UK crypto asset promotion rules. Rules for crypto asset promotion that came into force in the UK on October 8th have led to some confusion, judging from the low level of compliance. The Financial Conduct Authority responded with additional guidance for crypto firms to help them fall into line. The FCA released finalized non-handbook guidance to compliance with rules for crypto firms on November 2nd. It also provided the regulatory agency's response to industry feedback. FCA Director of Consumer Investments Lucy Castledine said in a statement, while the new rules for firms marketing crypto in the UK customers are aligned with the existing rules for other high-risk investments, we've engaged extensively with industry and designed this guidance to specifically support crypto firms complying. The FCA's supportive attitude toward crypto industry has been seen in the repeated warnings and reminders that it has released since the new rules were published in June. It has even extended some technical deadlines through January 8, 2024. In spite of those measures, several market players announced their departure from the UK in response to the rules, and compliance has been abysmal since their introduction. Okay. I think one of Solana's key projects left the UK last week. There are others. Let me know your thoughts on that, what you think about it. Let's go to Switzerland. Okay, Swiss wholesale CBDC pilot kicks off in alliance with central and commercial banks. The Swiss National Bank, SMB, 6 commercial banks, and the sixth Swiss exchange will work together to pilot the issuance of wholesale central banks digital currencies in the nation, officially known as the Swiss franc with CBDC. It's kind of like the Royale with cheese. The pilot project dedicated to wholesale CBDC, named Helvetia Phase 3, will test the efficacy of the Swiss franc with CBDC, as opposed to with onions or without, in settling digital current securities transactions. The pilot builds on the findings of the first 2 phases, Helvetia Phases 1 and 2, conducted by the BIS Innovation Hub, the SNB, and the SIX. The 6 banks involved in the pilot, Banque Cantonale Vadeusois, Basler Cantonal Bank, Commerce Bank, Hypo Car Bank, Lensburg UPS, and Zürcher Cantonal Bank are all existing SIX digital exchange member banks. The Swiss with CBDC pilot project will be hosted on SDX and use the infrastructure of Swiss interbank clearing. That's enough of that. There are other long words in here that I can't pronounce, but hey, let me know your thoughts on that. Survey: 65% of Spaniards are not interested in using the digital euro. As the Bank of Spain embraces the potential adoption of the digital euro, which we talked about them last week, the country's population does not appear to have the same strong appetite for the European Central Bank's digital currency project. Shocking. Actually, it's not shocking. We reported this last week from the bank side. And I was like, what are they crazy? Like, I said, stay in your lane. But let's look at this. Let's look at what their lane should be. This emerges from the results of a survey published by the Bank of Spain entitled Study on the Habits and Use of Cash. The survey was conducted by Ipsos in two groups, totaling 1,600 respondents, the general public and representatives of small businesses. It also included questions on the digital euro, a potential pan-EU central bank digital currency. The study revealed that only 20% of the general public knows about a digital euro. The number among small business people is roughly the same, 23%. However, this question was posed in 2022. More people know about it. Okay. In 2023, only 20% confirmed that they would use the digital euro to complement their regular payment methods, while 65% said they would not. A year ago, these numbers were 20 or 58% with a no. So your no's have increased. Why? Well, Spain, you don't need it. What are you known for? Well, amazing art, amazing towns, great beach in Barcelona, and wonderful food, and one awesome culture where people go, I think, a nap during the day when they're supposed to be at work, or the rest of the world's at work. You take a siesta, you get up, you go back to work, and then you go out at 10 o'clock at night for dinner, and you eat the world's best paella, chicken and rice. You guys' food is amazing there. It's amazing. You don't need a digital euro for that. You don't have to use digital euro. Why use digital euro? And you shouldn't use Bitcoin either. Even a paella is amazing. You shouldn't use Bitcoin, It's not really a payment for food. We've seen that with pizza, right? Yeah. So in October, the Bank of Spain published a text explaining the nature and uses of the digital euro. The bank claimed that the physical cash format is not allowed to exploit all the advantages offered by the growing digitalization of the economy and society. However, the digital euro will make electronic payments a vital place of the financial system. Hey, man, I go to Spain. I'm going for the food. I'm going for the culture. I'm going for the art. I'm going to see a bullfight. I'm going to do all that really cool stuff. And soccer. Soccer's amazing there in Madrid and Barcelona. It's like the next level of sports. It's amazing. So, let me go to Asia. There might be sanity over there. Sanity. S-A-N-I-T-Y. Sanity. Hong Kong issues rules for asset tokenization as interest mounts. The Securities and Futures Commission of Hong Kong has issued 2 circulars to regulate digital asset tokenization. The circulars offer instructions to intermediaries participating in tokenized securities activities and outline the criteria for tokenizing investment products authorized by the FSC. The SFC considers tokenized securities as traditional securities with a tokenization layer. As a result, the exact legal and regulatory requirements that apply to conventional securities markets also apply to tokenized securities. The regulators specify that tokenized securities offerings must adhere to the company's ordinance's prospectus regime and the Securities and Futures Ordinance on offers of investment. Additionally, intermediaries providing advice on tokenized securities, managing tokenized funds, and facilitating secondary market trading on virtual asset trading platforms must comply with the existing conduct requirements for securities-related activities. That's Hong Kong. Okay. Let me know your thoughts on Hong Kong. Okay. What's going on next is we will go to Singapore. We have some news out of Singapore. Okay. Singapore plans joint crypto pilots with Japan, Switzerland, and the UK. I could have put this in the global section. I put it in the Singapore section. Sue me. The Monetary Authority of Singapore, the country's central bank and financial regulator, is planning to start crypto-related cooperation with some European countries and Japan. The MAS officially announced on October 30th, Monday, it is partnering with the Financial Services Agency of Japan, the Swiss Financial Market Supervisory Authority, FINMA, and the UK Financial Conduct Authority, FCA, to promote joint digital asset pilots. The authority specifically seeks to carry out such pilots in relation to fixed income, foreign exchange, and asset management products. The initiative builds upon Singapore's ongoing tokenization project known as Project Guardian, which was launched in 2022. Under Project Guardian, Singapore Central Bank collaborated with 15 financial institutions to complete pilots on asset tokenization, which demonstrated a significant potential for transaction efficiency. Let me know your thoughts. Is Singapore headed in the right direction? Let's find out. And we're going to find out and we're going to see. Let's go to the Middle East and Africa. There's actually a bunch to talk about today. Dubai VARA, VARA, grants initial approval to crypto firm WadsPay. The Dubai Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority has issued an initial approval license to crypto firm WadsPay, making a pivotal step in the company's journey toward obtaining a virtual asset service provider license for virtual asset services and activities. According to an announcement, WadsPay's VARA license allows it to commence preparations to provide virtual asset services and activities under the VASP license of transfer and settlement and broker-dealer activities. The VARA license does not allow the company to transfer or to offer any other of its virtual asset products or services. The company's platform offers services catering to businesses and individual users. All right. That's more like a press release, but hey, it counts. It's in the Middle East and Africa, or Middle East. So let's stay in Dubai. XRP and TON have won approval in Dubai International Financial Center Free Trade Zone. The Dubai Financial Services Authority recognized two more tokens yesterday, adding XRP and TON coin to its list of recognized tokens. They joined Bitcoin, Ether, and Litecoin as coins recognized in the Dubai International Finance Center. The token's new status will allow financial institutions in the DIFC to carry out transactions with them. There are over 4,000 companies located in this economic zone. Ripple opened up its MENA headquarters in 2020. And about 20% of Ripple customers are in that region. Okay, very cool. Congratulations to Toncoin. Congratulations to XRP. And ongoing congratulations to Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin for being able to be in this enterprise zone in Dubai. I really want to go to Dubai someday. Hopefully I can get there sometime relatively soon. Let's talk about Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi Global Market introduces comprehensive DLT Foundation's regulations. Cool. Abu Dhabi Global Market Registration Authority has introduced comprehensive regulations governing Web3 organizations. The International Financial Free Zones regulatory framework is purpose-built and the first of its kind, the agency claimed. DLT Foundation's regulations will provide the operation of blockchain foundations, Web3 entities, decentralized autonomous organizations, and traditional foundations expanding into DLT. Blockchain foundations provide financial and other forms of support for a blockchain without direct involvement in it. Regulations enable the creation of a DLT foundation by submitting a signed charter that allows a description of the foundation's initial assets and details about its governance and token issuance, along with the organization's white paper, tokenomics paper, and a link to a technical document called a DLT framework. Let me know your thoughts, how it's going to go there. Turkey, not Thanksgiving turkey, but the country of Turkey. I'm actually cooking Thanksgiving turkey this year. I ordered a 24-pounder. Never made a 24-pound bird before in my life, and I hope that doesn't end up like the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation movie where you poke it with a fork and the whole thing deflates. Let's hope It's edible. I'll let you know in a few weeks on the Friday following Thanksgiving when we have another episode each and every Friday, and that'll be the Black Friday episode. And hopefully, my turkey wasn't black. But Turkey, the country, aims to shed FATF gray list status with new crypto regulations. Turkey is reportedly drafting fresh regulations to govern crypto assets in an effort to convince the Financial Action Task Force, an international organization responsible for combating financial crimes, to remove it from a gray list of nations that have not done enough to combat money laundering and terrorist financing. The FATF placed Turkey on its gray list in 2021. According to a report during a discussion with the Parliamentary Commission on October 31st, Turkish Financial Minister Mehmet Simsek said an FATF report determined that Turkey adhered to all but one of the 40 standards set by the watchdog. Simsek reportedly stated that the sole understanding matter for technical compliance is related to crypto assets. He cited plans to propose a crypto assets law to Parliament to exit the gray list, but did not specify the legal changes. All right. Let me know how that's going to go. Turkey's come a long way, by the way. You know, a lot of the developers that were from Ukraine are in Turkey building blockchain and being compliant. Doing a great job there. So let's keep up the good work, and hopefully we continue to have good news. We're going to finish off this show today in Kenya. Kenya is to introduce digital IDs for citizens by year end. The Kenyan government plans to roll out its digital identification system in December 2023 after the testing period, which will take a couple of months. According to the president of Kenya, William Ruto, whose speech at the East Africa Device Assembly Kenya plant in Athi River was cited by local media on October 30, the digital ID, which has been a major problem to us for a very long time, is now on testing mode for the next 2 months. I've been assured by the stakeholders and the ministers concerned by that by December, we will be able to launch digital IDs. Digital IDs will be introduced in the country along with Maisha Namba, a system of lifelong personal identification numbers assigned to Kenyan citizens upon registration. The joint ID system will help the country digitize its registries and provide citizens with swifter access to state, educational, and medical resources. Keep up the good news, Kenya. Keep it up. Good job. All right, and that's everything I'm going to cover today. You know, there's always lots to cover here on the X Factor with the Crypto Hipster, and wish everybody a solid, strong, amazing, awesome weekend. We'll see you next week.